Hey y'all, it is Social Saturdays. Ignore my bun. It was already makeshift. Like I had tried to do a bun because the ponytail looked sad. But again, that's neither here nor there. So let me not try to flop my head like I always do. But on a serious note, yesterday was Black Friday. Now it's Small Business Saturday. We have Cyber Monday on Monday. Like it's just a lot. It's a lot of sales. I know y'all spend a lot of money that you ain't supposed to be spending. But as a business owner, we're looking at it from a different aspect about the support, about how many people were really driving to our sales. Like the people who actually strategize these sales usually have a lot better success than just saying, oh, everything's 40% off today, unless you have a store with the reputation or a product with the reputation where everybody's like, oh my God, I've been waiting all year for this, right? Cool. So I wanted to talk about sales and strategies, and y'all got way more detailed, I ain't even gonna lie, than I thought y'all would, which is a good thing. But I also want to, that kind of is really good to announce that for Chloe Courses, one of our modules, we will actually talk about how to brand in a way that converts to sales. And I have special guests, one of my personal friends and strategists will be helping us out, but I'm gonna answer these to the best of my ability, okay, today. So first question, y'all had a lot of questions, like, I don't even know how prepared I am. So let me see. The first question is the proper time to launch a brand or store. So if it's the holidays, beginning of the year, etc. Honestly, in my opinion, that would probably depend on your product, number one, and also what holiday you're competing against. So it's like, say for example, if you're launching something that's for couples, it might be okay to launch it during Valentine's Day, but you have to be building up that anticipation. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're launching something that is super expensive or that's like $1,500. Now, don't get it twisted. People, even though some of us might be strapped for cash or whatever, we all have the money for what we allow to have the money for. Like either you put aside little by little, whatever the case may be. But we can all afford a lot more things than we think we can, right? So, but if you're pushing something and saying, okay, this is $5,000, beginning of the year, people might not be as apt to spend it because they just bought all this Christmas stuff. Like that's why they waited on Black Friday so they can have the Christmas stuff, and they're still regrouping from Christmas stuff. Now they're waiting on taxes, if that's your audience. You see what I'm saying? So I would probably have to know a little bit more about the product for that. But there are better times, yes, to possibly launch something that's new. And it's also different based on, the following that you already have, what your brand is already doing. Because if you're launching something that's an extension of your brand, it might be something that you can just kind of like introduce gradually and it still have the same effect no matter when you do it. So keep that in mind too. Next question. How do you know if your launch will be successful? If you strategize, to be honest, and I'm not saying strategy means you will or won't be successful, but in the business world, like running a legitimate business, strategy is typically what a lot of the success comes from. Like I just learned this year, it's about warm leads, and that's the people who were initially interested, then turning those warm leads into more interest, giving them details, then having them tell a friend. Now you introducing something else. Now you're asking people more questions, how to get them involved. Like, I'm not saying that every launch or every strategy guarantees you're going to get a sale, but the more you actually plan for it and like really strategize in that way, you will have a better potential success rate. Because I've seen people launch products and not sell anything. I've seen people launch products and get a lot of sales within the day, especially as a new business. But the ones who got sales, I can tell you there was a strategy. So it does work. So it's not necessarily that you know or don't know. Sometimes we put things out there to just kind of try it. And it works or it doesn't work. But I'm not going to say that I specifically know a way that it's going to be successful. But strategy is key. Period. What if you don't get the reaction you're looking for? Then you revamp it. Ask people questions. Like, one of the most important parts of any strategy is figuring out, number one, this is why, again, y'all, and I tell you this all the time, you have to know your audience. You have to know yourself. You have to know who you are talking to. Because if you don't know who you're talking to, the thing is, if you don't get the reaction, it could be that you're talking to the wrong people. Because there's an audience and there's a support system and clientele for everything. Like, it might be, some audiences might be bigger than others, but there is a clientele for everything. So if you're not getting good reactions, either you don't have a good support system or you don't have the right people that you're talking to for this to work. And it happens all the time, because a lot of times we come out the gate, we're just hoping for a sale. You're not paying attention to who are the people who are actually purchasing this product or service. So that matters. That matters a lot. So if you don't get the reaction you're looking for, either revamp to figure out who you're actually talking to, who needs to be purchasing. Ask people what they didn't like. If you know you're talking to the right people, or you think you're talking to the right people, ask them. But don't say, hey, what didn't y'all like about my sale? Ask them something like, how would you guys want to see this done? A or B, like that. So there's ways to do it. Pre-launch strategy. That is what I actually was just speaking on. Like I said, warm leads usually lead into interest, which you can also then convert to sales leads, which you can then give more information because they're actually, looking forward to it. That way, who's interested for real. Versus so that means there's this preliminary something, could be a free giveaway, something that you give out, something that you ask them for that requires little to no effort, that gets them to the list, to get them more information, to tell them more information, to give them exclusive access, to then, so on and so forth. So that would be a pre-launch strategy. But like I said, y'all, please follow Chloe courses, because I'm telling you this now, it's literally going to be like a full-on intensive cohort. Okay, I'm literally having professionals come in to speak on each different aspect of branding, from the foundation to your success of it, to continue learning for your brand, to sales and launch strategies, social media strategies, the legal side of things, the financial side of things, before we even get to the part of this is how you design, this is how you do this. So much of this has to be put in place first. That way you can keep being successful, keep converting sales, keep generating revenue, and creating an experience. And it's not as hard. So get on the list at Chloe Courses. How do you launch and be fully booked out? Same thing as the pre-launch strategy. That's kind of how you do it. You have to keep warming up. Honestly, maybe the longer you launch, but don't keep dragging it out to where people are like, okay, I'm already on the list. What are you going to say type stuff. I can't say that I can guarantee that any strategy will get you 100% booked out unless you really have your marketing down. That means you've been marketing for the whole time. You've been running ads. You've been doing literally every single thing that you can. Everybody's been spreading the word. And then on top of that, you have to already have a pretty good support system. That means people are always waiting for what you're doing. So that matters too. But I can't say anything will get you fully booked immediately. However, you definitely can have a high success rate early stages of it. What is a sales strategy? What strategy has worked best for you? Just the typical one. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I said, I'm very transparent. And honestly, I'm just now getting into the really strategic side of things this year. So for me this year, it's understanding terms like your warm leads, knowing exactly what a sales lead is, how to know if it's actually a lead or if they kind of playing with you, things of that nature. So a sales strategy is a strategy that is not salesy, and this is my definition. This is not the real definition. This is Chloe's definition, where you're not too salesy, but you keep identifying with the people, connecting with those people in different ways, and tugging at different emotions and appealing to the senses to be able to strategize for a sale. So what has worked best for me is first generating warm leads that first sees who's even interested. So that's not even me sending out any information. It's just hey, email, that's all I need. Hey, if you can identify with any of these bullet points, you need to give me your email. I ain't even telling you what I'm doing. After I have your email, then I tell you, hey, you're on the list, first dibs, blah, blah, blah. Right? Then after that, then I give you a little bit more information. Then I come back, tell Instagram a little something. Then I send you more information to just keep warming you up. I tell my stories. That's also very important. Actually being transparent with y'all, telling my stories. I'm not telling y'all this is a strategy right now, but you have to be able to connect with people. That's why connecting with people and knowing your branding yourself is so important, because people identify. And when they can identify, they know you're going to tell them something that they can relate to, if that makes sense. So that's probably has been what worked for me. Honestly, I don't really strategize that often unless something big is coming, and I just be myself with y'all. But everybody, it doesn't work like that for everybody. So technically speaking, we're going to strategize. I know y'all see my little sad bun. How do you go about launching life coaching sessions since it's not a physical product? It's the same thing. The same thing as a product. Like, there's a lot of differences between products and services, but a lot of it is interchangeable. So same thing. Start asking people questions. Are you struggling with XYZ? Are you doing this? Whatever questions y'all ask. I'm not a therapist, so please do not take that word as the actual thing. But a lot of times it's really that. So you ask people, because with live sessions, people aren't going to be probably as interactive on social media saying, yeah, girl, I got all these problems, like in your comments and stuff. So you have to really be able to tell stories, talk to them, tell them little by little, hey, I've been doing this, maybe giving life tips without asking any questions. And that way, when you do ask questions, people expect that you're always giving life tips. But I would probably have to know a little bit more about your business. But in my opinion, a lot of times services work the same way as some products. Sometimes, most of the time. Appreciating the persistence you put into your page and detailed information you provide. Thank you so much. Who would we talk to first in order to launch a product that has never been done before? That would depend on what it is, because I would say maybe talk to somebody in your industry to see how it was successful for them. I know even if the product hasn't been done, talk to somebody as close to that as you can get. Because for the most part, no matter what it is, the strategy works the same. Like, I've had very few clients that'll say, well, I didn't do any strategy and it just sold out. But they also have like a good following, a good support system. So if I know more about what it is, I can probably tell you. But I will always say go to a professional that has done at least similarly what you're looking to do. How much time, and this is the last question, y'all. How much time should we expect to put towards the business before day one of the launch? That would depend on the product, and that depends on how much work you're putting in. Like, sometimes you have to have whole classes ready, so that can take months unless you wanted to take the live route. Sometimes you have to have like email campaign together. Like, that's really important. So once people sign up, like, already should be sending to the next thing, whether it's Instagram, email, phone number, whatever the case may be. I know y'all have all signed up for some type of text, something you're like, damn, they text us every day. Yeah, that's part of their strategy. That's not them actually texting you. They're not coming up with something to say every day. That's part of the strategy. It's like, hey, send this to the people who didn't. Like, you have to keep trying to convert the people who didn't purchase already. Okay, so how much time you spend in it can definitely vary. Like, I know people who have spent 2 years putting things together. I know I've spent a year on my course, and I was supposed to launch in October, and I just still felt like it's not what I want it to be yet. So you have to really think about it. If it's where you want it to be, you have to do a trial run to go through whatever you're looking to do that many times. Just saying, okay, I posted on sale, and then telling Instagram, hey y'all, this is now on sale. That ain't gonna do it. Trust me. So, like I said, y'all ask some bomb questions. I'm going to keep these questions because I want to make sure we answer this in Chloe courses as well. These were great. I'm really proud of y'all. I hope your Black Friday sales are going as great as they can. It's been a great weekend. Like, I have a client here from Virginia. It's great. Like, you have to just really be true to what you do. You have to, even when you fall short, and I fall short. Listen, I will tell you, and I'm pretty sure I've had unhappy clients in my time, but it's about how you keep going, how you try to rectify with them, and how you keep relating. Like, if you tell people you understand, if you tell a story, just like you tell a story before you sell a product, same thing. You have to be relatable. Just posting stuff and tell people buy from you, especially if you're a small business with like 500 followers, and this is not any shade to anybody, but you have to do that. So I hope this made sense. I hope you implement this in your next sale if it's too late for you for this, because it's not too late to turn around. You can have your sale. You can still extend your sale. Look at what your competitors are doing. That's another thing too. Look at them, see what they're doing, see what you can do different to make people like, oh, I can come up here and do this. So I'm not going to talk y'all heads off, though. This is the longest video I've done in a while. As y'all can see, it's clearly getting dark, which I don't understand. It's literally getting dark in the video. Because my skin was all nice a second ago. Now it's all dull looking. But, yes, thank y'all for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Shout out to the Real GSU about to play the other, whatever the other school is, Who Wants to Be Us. But shout out to us and enjoy y'all weekend. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving, all your shopping from home. Don't forget the Dorsey Firm and I are still doing our sale. We have 2 spots left for anyone who wants to do brand foundation and trademark for a super low rate. Will never happen again, I'm pretty sure. And I have other sales too. So if you need branding, if you're a small business and you want a brand audit and you have a couple questions more specifically about your sales strategy, you can book that as well. So enjoy y'all's weekend. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.